Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Sagittarius, you have some really beautiful cards that have come out already for you in this reading. You are in the process of creating something new in your life. Now, y'all could be at different points and stages of this energy that I'm looking at, but this looks like to me somebody who is in the it might feel uncomfortable, and there might even be some little hurdles or minor disappointments that you're going through in this energy as well. But you're literally, like, you are literally birthing something. You're bringing something into life here. Now, I asked, well, what? Hey, what is Sagittarius birthing? And we got this card, the door to personal healing and happiness. So this is a positive new beginning in your life. You are perhaps maybe even coming out of some type of chrysalis energy. The feline is your underline, and that this card talks about taking, like, finding yourself in a bit of a lull, perhaps. Like, this is past energy. So this is in a period that is not now, right? Like, this is the energy that is bringing us to where you are now. And the feline is, sometimes you're laying around. Sometimes you're laying around and nothing's going on. There's nothing to hunt. There's nothing to do. So you're just resting and relaxing. But then when there is something, you take action pretty quick. But I want to look at these cards together, like in the context that they start to produce for me, like looking at them like this. Because this is when I saw the underline in the birthing card, the first thing that came to mind here is, like, what would a cat do? Like, what would a lioness do? Particularly, like, I'm picking the lion symbol because it is a very social group of felines, and a lot of them are not. Like, a lot of them are more I guess antisocial. They're usually on their own. But what will she do? She will often kind of go away on her own and find a place that is away from the rest of the pride, and she will give birth away from the group. So I don't know, like, if there's some sort of symbolism in that for you, that you have pulled away from the group, or you have, I mean, like, you might have like just pulled away from things in general, perhaps, or things just got slow. Right? If we also think about gestation periods, like from the time of conception until birth, that whole period is gestation. And well, for people, generally it's 9 months. So it takes a bit of time, like, right? Like, there could be nothing going on for the longest time, and then all of a sudden you start getting contractions. All of a sudden everything starts to happen. All of a sudden the water breaks. Something is going on here. I'm feeling like this is an act of labor. This feels like an act of labor to me, especially because these doors are open. To me, it's almost like the cervix has, like, contracted and it's wide open, and something's going to come through. It's going to come through. This feels like fairly active to me, this birthing process for you. Now, right, it does also talk about, like, birthing is not an easy process. There are times when we're pushing and it doesn't feel like what was the point? Nothing happened. It just exhausted myself, and that really hurt. And it's like, every little bit gets us somewhere. So there could be periods here where you feel like you're doing a lot of work and maybe you're not getting much feedback or results. I don't know, like, or maybe it feels like, I put in all that effort and what did I do that for? But no, everything really does count at this point for you in this process, like in the process that you find yourself in. And because there's a whole new beginning here. And if this is you, like, right, let's just say this is you on the other side of this. This is a whole new you on the other side of this process that you find yourself in right now. It's going to be a new beginning for you. It's going to be a very positive new beginning. Like, if you could define this period in your life, you would say, yeah, no, that was a very positive period in my life. Healing internally, right? Like, doing a lot of internal healing here to have positive external changes. So let's tarot it up now. Birthing. You're birthing you. See? I told you, Temperance. You are literally birthing yourself here. This is a whole nother cycle here. For some of you, you're going from maiden to mother. Others of you, you're going from mother to crone. Yeah. Wow. Isn't that crazy? Because she's actually pregnant too. This is in this. This is very significant. This is very, very significant. Like, I feel like I'm catching your energy too. Like, whoever I'm reading for, I feel like I could be catching somebody on their first Saturn return. Could be somebody on their second Saturn return here as well. Something going on here with Pluto energies. There's been a lot of gestational waiting. I mean, to have feline and temperance, there's a lot that's been going on internally here. Like a ton of internal changes. And maybe they are physical. Like even saying that, like going from maiden to mother. And then from mother to crone. Like those are internal, huge internal changes. Temperance. Justice. The Page of Swords. And the Six of Cups. What the fuck is this mess? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to show you what I saw here. See why I needed a second. Do you see how this person's playing with potion, right? This person is playing with potion. And you see how like there's a skull here as well, right? There's a skull. And then we see somebody here who's been poisoned by potion. And that has like a skull and crossbones on it. And then I see this apple, like she's passing the apple here. And it's giving me like a bit of a Snow White vibe, right? Because they created a potion and put it in the apple or put it on the apple and Snow White bit the apple. Actually, it's funny that I should even say that because somebody had mentioned that there was some sort of a Snow White vibe going on in the Virgo reading because I happened to have an apple in the forest. I had an apple in the forest. Yeah, I didn't think of that, but that is funny. But no. Okay. There's something here that you have been taught. And I don't know, like taught from a very early age. And this could be something that you've been taught, not just you, but your grandmother taught it to your mom and your mom taught it to you, or your grandfather taught it to your dad and your dad taught it to you. There's some sort of thing that, okay, there's a way that you were living. There's a way that you were living. And the way that you were living was based on some sort of knowledge that you were given at a very early and young age. And over time, you have recognized that this was not healthy, that this is not healthy. And by recognizing that, it made a very large internal change that is creating large external changes around you. This is all part of the temperance and the birthing process, because there is a lot of transformation that's going on. I feel like too that there is even like some sort of like breaking some sort of ancestral pattern here, because you have recognized something and you're not repeating it. Whatever that is. This is also interesting too. I want to say for some of you, you could be making a choice here that you don't want to have children. That could be a choice that you are making here as well. Like there's, man, I don't know. Children are a beautiful gift. They really, really are. But if that's something that you feel like you don't want to do, or that's something that you feel like you're not equipped for it, or it's not part of your journey or your plan, then obviously, right? It's nothing worse than a child not feeling loved or wanted. So there's a possibility here, right? And that is birthing like a whole new you. It could even be an acceptance stage. I feel like even if it's not that theme, right? Like there's an acceptance stage that is going on here about yourself, that you are recognizing, honoring, and feeling comfortable in your own truth. And that is like how you're opening up this portal of personal healing and happiness. Happiness, right? What would make you happy? What makes you happy? Door to personal healing and happiness. The Six of Swords. Look at them. It's almost like the closer you get, the more the ghouls show up. The closer you get to this doorway, the more ghouls show up to try to deter you. And okay, so to try to deter you, it literally says that in the book here. I'm pretty sure it does. Let me see. Birthing. Remember, though, the process of giving birth involves going through labor. You may be feeling a lot of pressure at the moment, but discomfort during labor is natural. Don't give in or lose hope because of it. You are doing the right thing. Don't let small disappointments or upsets lead you to thinking you are not on the right track. You are. Pain is just a natural part of labor. There's something here that you are stripping away. And I'm going to tell you right now, whenever we are getting really close to achieving some type of divine destiny for ourselves, or clearing something from ourselves that has been holding us back for a long time, and maybe it's been holding like your family lineage back generationally here, their ghouls will show up like nobody's fucking business here to try to convince you that you're going in the wrong direction, that you're doing the wrong thing. You are doing the right thing. Whatever you are doing right now is the right thing. And it might feel painful. It might feel like you're not going in the right direction. The things that are telling you are not going in the right direction are the ghouls. They are the ghouls. You are going in the right direction. You are heading into the door. The Six of Swords. Oh, look, the wheel, the ghouls. Look, there's two forces trying to enter your mind at this time. There's the lower forces and the higher forces, and it literally feels like you're caught in between. The Two of Wands and the Knight of Swords. There could be some sort of desire here for something that you are wishing for, is what you're projecting into the future, what you can see for yourself, that it should come faster than it is, right? Temperance is birthing. This is a slow process. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes, I want to say internally, than what you see on the outside here. There's a lot more going on within you. This going from here to here, this looks like this little girl receiving the apple, and then she's older and she's walking through the woods like holding something different. I mean, obviously it's like a crystal ball, but it's like looking at knowledge from a different perspective. The Knight of Swords, though, too, like this is a weird one. I mean, it really looks like somebody who just says something way too quickly, too. Somebody who says something or comes to a decision way too quickly. Shames others. So these could be things that you're experiencing here. You could have negative talk going on. That's exactly what the ghouls are. I'm really like hearing these voices are not coming from your own consciousness. That there is some sort of like darker energy that is trying to convince you not to go in the direction that you're going. Convince you that you're not doing the right thing. And it could be appearing as some sort of negative self-talk to yourself. That is like a confirmation. This Knight of Swords. The Four of Swords. Yes, healing that. Jeez Louise, the Nine of Swords. And the King of Wands. It's a sense of freedom. Being free from some... Is it the birthing process? Is it like feeling like being free from the birthing process? You have there is justice on the other side of this door for you. what's the way that the devil's really getting into Sagittarius's head here? I have a little bite. In what way is the devil most successfully getting into Sagittarius's head right now? The Six of Pentacles. There could be something here that you're being asked to do. In some way, you could also, you might be feeling like you're giving more than you should be giving to something. You might also, okay, it could also be feeling like you're not receiving some type of equality in the journey that you find yourself in. Now that's really interesting, right? Like if we think about like the traditional sense of this, like giving birth to a small human being, well, you see, you can't measure it that way. You can't measure that, because the joy and the love that they will bring into your heart, you really can't weigh that against, the fact that they can't do the dishes. They can't change their own diaper. But it's almost like, I want to say, because this is how the devil works. The devil works in the physical. What is it that it feels like is happening for you? In what way do you feel like you're getting an equal or fair exchange in something? And maybe you don't feel like you are. So you're like, I don't feel like I should keep going in this direction. Now, I'm not telling anybody here to be anybody's doormat or to give to somebody. Or like, if you've got a friend who's always borrowing money and you expect it to be paid back and they're not paying it back, and this person is taking vacations and you're like, well, they have money to do that, but they don't. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to do that at all. I just feel like, because when I look at the birthing process and I think of the Six of Pentacles, it's just like, well, yeah, when you give birth, you're going to give an awful lot of yourself for a period of time there before you get any sort of like physical monetary payback, if you even do. So I don't know. The Six of Pentacles. Like, you might be, maybe you're doing something here too, and it doesn't feel like you're getting any like feedback from the world, from your family, from your community. The King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. How is the devil getting into your head? Oh. The devil's getting into your head. How do I word this? Like, if there's something here that you believe, something that you are really set on as a fact in your mind, it's almost like the devil's trying to allow you to accept that fact. But this fact feels like it has something to do with how we equally give and take here. Like, there might be, I don't know, in some way here that you're giving to another. But in doing that, you are indirectly like healing something within you. This is a really tricky message, because I know a lot of people find themselves in relationships that are completely out of balance and out of whack. It's not about that. It's like, it has to do with some sort of thought that you have in your head. Maybe even about like what to expect in the future, or what's in that passageway to true healing and happiness for yourself. Like, it could even be like convincing yourself that there isn't any true healing and happiness. You can never really truly be happy on this journey here. Because but I want to say that I feel like in whatever stage you find yourself in life here, it's really important to think about what is the difference between a baby being inside of its mother and then coming out into the world. Like the difference is dramatic. You can't even imagine it. I mean, it's not even imaginable how extremely different that is. Going from a world of water and getting oxygen through an umbilical cord and nutrients to suddenly being like exposed and feeling like, and temperature and everything being consistent all the time for the most part. I don't imagine it changes by much more than a degree or half a degree within its mother's womb, and everything kind of like being looked after here. And then the process of birthing, like being squeezed at times, feeling like you can't breathe. Like you want to breathe, but you can't. You're still in liquid. And then coming out, and it's like initially almost like a relief, right? Like this relief, like, oh, not being squeezed anymore. But as soon as you feel that, you're cold. And there's air all around you. Somebody's holding you upside down by the feet and trying to get you to cough and scream and cry. Ah! Ah! Right? Like that's... But there's something like that about this energy, because it's like I'm not going through that door. You're getting so close to it too. It's almost like somebody who's in labor pains and saying, I'm not pushing anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. The doctor's like, the nurse or whoever, you're so close. just one more time. One more contraction. No, you said that 5 contractions ago. Well, you have no choice. You got to push. No, I'm not going to push. But it's like these ghouls. I don't know what it is. Again, this is reminding me of Scorpio, where there's like hardly any pentacles. But maybe that's the thing. Because maybe you're not seeing something showing up in your life yet. And you're like, well, I don't believe it then. I don't believe it. Because there's an awful lot of in your mind energy here. A lot of in your mind energy. That seems to be one of the bigger parts that you are birthing. Oh, as we say that, we have, there's your energy, the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Cups. So the desire to, oh my gosh, right? She's pregnant in that card. I'm like birthing something. I don't know. I feel like for some of you, maybe you are. Like maybe, but this is a project. This project's been it's in a gestational period. Your desires have driven it. Like, let's think about that too with the Knight of Wands, right? Hey, baby, you know what happens then? Well, then, yeah, then she's got a baby. So there is something about like your drive and your desire for your wishes to come true. Yes, but you have to push. It's almost like somebody saying, okay, let's have a baby. I want to decorate like the baby's room. We're going to do this. For the first birthday, we're going to have this. If it's a boy, we're going to call him that. And if it's a girl, we're going to call her this. And then getting to the point where you need to push. Now it's time to have the baby. I'm like, oh God. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Because it's saying like you are going towards your dreams. Like all those dreams and wishes, whatever they were that you had. Yeah, you have those. You're going to have those. Those are going to fulfill. But there's a difficult period here to get you to that. There's a difficult period to get you to the other side of it. So I'm going to go do the extended Sagittarius. In the extended, I'm going to ask, what burden do you carry that God would like to take off your hands? What burden is it that you carry that God would like to take off of your hands? And what is it that you have accomplished in this lifetime that your soul was hoping that you would accomplish? So you've already done it. You've already done that. There's 2 options in the description below for the extended if you would like to follow me there. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.